All right, today we are diving in deep to talk about this thing called time delay and 3D reality when manifesting, or sometimes we say, lag time in the 3D from saying or thinking the thoughts that you want something or someone, and then how long it appears in your 3D reality. So stay tuned, we are diving in deep. Hey everyone, my name is Kim Velez. I am a conscious life success coach, a former trauma therapist, and have been professionally helping people for almost 15 years now, and I fucking love it. It's my purpose. So thank you for watching my channel. Thank you for allowing me to teach you, support you, and really just help you become the best version of you. So you know you're fucking amazing. You know you're magnetic. You know you're fucking incredible. You know that you're a fucking goddess. And thank you for allowing me to help you manifest your SPs, because I have helped thousands of people do that and get what they want, and even other hundreds of people manifesting a new love, money, lifestyle, fucking movie star contracts, movie star roles, like Netflix episodes, you name it. I have helped all these people do this. So what we're talking about today is this thing called time delay and the 3D reality. Now, what a lot of you don't understand is you are sitting here thinking the second I change my thinking, poof, it should pop in my hand into material in the 3D reality where I can fucking hold it and touch it and experience it with all my five senses. Some things we do manifest that quickly, right? And why do other things take longer? Why does someone who can manifest in large sums of money pretty quickly struggle when it comes to manifesting a version of their specific person or someone new, or vice versa? Well, it's a lot of different things. Now, I'm going to throw out some theories that are out there. I'm not saying I agree with these. I'm going to tell you what I agree with and the mindset that really helps me not even fucking worry about any of this. And that's how I always get the outcomes that I want. But one of the theories out there is that energy or the materialization in the 3D realm moves slower than in the 4D, than in the mind. And so while we're focusing on this new structure, this new framework in our mindset of the new thoughts of who we are, our self-concept in relation to our desire, of the new story of the person, if you're manifesting a specific person, and reprogramming so that the internal state changes, it takes time for laws of the universe and principles of the universe. There's like a principle of the universe called law of rhythm. Again, you roll with it if you want. I'm just explaining the theories that are out there. There's probably more than that, more than what I'm going to share. So some people believe that it could take a little bit longer to move in the 3D realm because the energy formation of things is a lot slower for it to materialize, for it to move, than it is in the 4D realm. The other one that makes the most sense to me, I mean, they kind of both make sense to me, but the other theory out there is because whatever we've been buying into, right, whoever we have been, whatever the dominant story has been in us over and over again, day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, that when we decide we want to be different, when we decide to see ourselves different, we decide to have a new story of someone and a new story of love or a new story of money, and that's never been our experience, or it's been a very short, inconsistent, experience, then it takes time to shift the internal state to a dominant state. So while someone is manifesting 3D reality, they don't see it instantly because of that, because it hasn't shifted enough yet in them, and their dominant state, the subconscious programming, the subconscious beliefs that's running the show is still the one that's dominant, the old way, the old self-concept, the old story of SP and everything like that. So I'm sure there's more theories out there. But one of the things is I've always taken the approach that I'm going to persist and trust in the unseen, because if I wake up breathing and I'm alive every day, then I am creating a reality I either want, or I'm creating a reality I don't want, based off what is going on internally inside of me. So I personally do not care why there's a time delay when manifesting. There just is. And anyone who tries to tell you that you can manifest everything you want instantaneously for it to poof pop right in front of you in 3D reality, they haven't done it themselves. And until they've done it themselves, they should stop talking in theory and actually start talking from experience. And so just keep that in mind, because what tends to happen a lot is people start buying into that. Because remember, if you're feeling unloved, if you're feeling rejected, if you're feeling not chosen, if you're feeling heartbroken, if you're feeling not good enough, if you hate your life, if you're in constant emotional pain and constant turmoil, a version of that wants to get out of that as quickly as possible. So that version of you will be so drawn to the people that lie to you and try to tell you that, you can get this in 5 minutes. You can, there's always a possibility, absolutely. But they're not giving you the real truth, because most of them haven't even done it themselves, or they just don't give a fuck because they just want you to watch them. And when you're in someone who's in pain, you're going to be drawn to the quick fix, which isn't the lasting. It's like putting a Band-Aid on a gunshot wound. So one of the things I learned through my own personal experience of when I started heavily teaching self-concept, which is why it is the way it is now, everybody really jumped on the bandwagon because a lot of people got it and were like, fuck, this makes sense, was because I had done focusing on the specific person. And when I did get movement I wanted, when I was the old version of me, I was not able to sustain seeing my specific person favorably, because my dominant state of me in relation to him and love and just my whole experience, my self-identity of who I was when I was in a romantic relationship was very negative. So I was not able to believe that he would actually want me. I didn't feel worthy of it because of my belief system from being abandoned as a child and my abandonment wounds and foster care and the things that I personally went through, and then manifested in decade after decade, shitty relationships and me being the same version of me in all those relationships. So the thing that really clicked to me was being able to understand that and see that in myself as I was being triggered with my specific person many years ago, and then understanding like, aha, I don't like how I feel. I don't like who I am. I have to change that independent of what he's doing, saying, not doing, not saying in 3D reality. Because if I'm waking up and breathing every day, I'm choosing and deciding that this is who I want to be and this is the life that I want to experience. And I'm the only one who can create that for me. So that was where the click went for me several years ago. And like 3 or 4 or 5 years ago now, 4 years ago now. And I decided to do that work on my self-concept. And that's when all my teaching shifted and I announced it to everyone, like, this is the key, because then you're able to be patient in the sense of not needing anything outside of you, because you're no longer in a story that you believe you're not good enough and that you don't matter. And so you need outside evidence of other people to show you and tell you otherwise in order for you to know different. I took my power back and I became the fucking woman of my dreams, who is confident in all areas of her life, loves every fucking ounce of her inside and out, knows her fucking worthiness for everything, and manifested an amazing version of my specific person, who I chose over a year later to not have anything to do with him, not because of anything he was doing or not doing, was because he's not the one for me. I met him when I had such a very low self-concept, and I allowed him to be the mirror in my life and got what I wanted. But it's not, I don't want him. I never fell in love with him. I didn't have a deep emotional attachment. I totally outgrew him. So I released him. But I was in the position of actually manifesting in a desired experience and then choosing that, oh, I'm going to get better because it's not him that I want, which I always knew that. That's what I've been teaching. It's never about them. It's about us. And I had leveled up so much with my self-concept that he just didn't fit my trajectory. And I don't want to recreate him anymore, because I'm so excited for who I've already met, who I'm going to continue to meet, and just the big shit. I'm going big. You guys just watch. I'm not going to announce it, because I'm going to do what Neville does and keep it quiet and just let the shit unfold, because it's already happening. And you're going to see, I keep leveling up. Like, you see my life keep changing right before your eyes. Like, anyone in my life, in online or in real life, If nothing's changed with them and nothing's changed in their reality year after year after year, I don't have them in my life anymore, because they're not living and breathing the spiritual concepts. They're not overcoming whatever programming and internal structures they need to overcome in order to have the reflection, be something different. So the time delay thing, the way I got over it, I kind of went on a rant there, but the time delay thing is so important because a lot of people, this is where they fall short. And I know because I coach thousands of you, and the ones that get it, they get the success, and the ones that don't, they can still get the success, right? It's just going to take a little bit longer until this clicks for you. And the thing of it is this: it doesn't matter how fucking long something takes. What matters is what's going on with you. We're not checking the 3D reality to see, oh, is the mirror reflecting my new story yet? Oh, look, there it is. We're not doing that. We're always assuming in our favor, even if we get negative evidence, even if we get the opposite evidence, even if we don't get what we want, we're still choosing the story of us, and we're still deciding what we get to have that is not tied into what current reality is. The other thing with time delay is this: a lot of you understand that your current reality, whatever circumstance literally just manifested today or yesterday or right now this second, is dead, right? We know that it's dead in the sense that it came from our old thinking. So there was a time delay with that. So whatever you were thinking yesterday, whatever you've been thinking dominantly for the last 3 months just appeared in your reality. You already know, fuck, it just showed up. This is what I was really focused on. Even if you shifted your thinking for 3 months, this shit still had to play out in 3D. Now, that doesn't happen with everyone, but it certainly can happen. It may be a couple weeks, it may be a year, it could be a couple hours, like a couple minutes. I mean, it's all different for every fucking thing we're manifesting. And so if you understand that your current reality was based off old thinking that was in your past, right, then you understand automatically, oh, that was the time delay because I remember thinking this, I remember being this way, and here it just showed up a week later or a month later or a fucking year later, right? So if you can understand that, then why do you not understand, as you're changing your mindset and you're refocusing on the story you want and you're changing your story of you in relation to what you want, how come you do not understand that there may be a time delay until that shows up? So if you understand the old way of thinking, there was a time delay, and now your current experience is from your old thinking, how do you not understand that whatever you're thinking right now may have a time delay too? May not, but it may. And when you understand that, you know it's going to change, that is inevitable for the reflection to change, for the reality to mirror something different back to you, then why would you give up? Oh, well, I give up, Kim, because I keep seeing the opposite. I don't believe it. Well, then you're not understanding what conscious manifesting is. You're trying to control, manipulate 3D reality, and you're throwing a temper tantrum because you're not fucking getting it when you think you need to have it. And you're still dominantly an old version of you, because if you need anything outside of you, like Neville said, very fucking clear, you're not living in the wish fulfilled. You're not being the version of you in the reality of your dreams. You are feeling disconnected from what it is that you desire. So this is what all the internal shifting is about. This is why you don't look at 3D. You always look inward and understand what you're doing and why you're doing it, and trust and know that it will all unfold in your favor, and start assuming that. Start saying that. When you look at, this is what I do for everything. This is what I do for everything, and I always get what I want. I fucking sit here and say, oh, it's on its way, it's coming no matter what. I don't care what just showed up, I'm still getting what I want somehow, some way. Create the story. Create the story of you. Create the story of the world you want to experience, and create the story of the people and types of experiences that you want to have, and you persist in that thinking no matter what, trusting and knowing that one day this is what's going to be reflected back to you. All right, I love you guys. I would love to see more of you in my weekly coaching group so I can teach you this stuff and, coach you and really help you fucking transform, so you start creating, whether it's a fucking specific person relationship, if you want someone new, if you want to have massive fucking confidence to know you're a fucking goddess, I got you. If you want to level up money, business, your purpose, what the fuck ever, your whole life, I got you, boo. Check out the link below, and I'll see you Saturdays at 1 p.m. Eastern time. All right, bye.